A dream of nearly a decade from the time that I started lifting.
When Churchill said, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." That's the mantra I had in my head as I walked into 2023. I was a little lost, heartbroken, scared, but ready to take on this year by the head. Taking the leap of faith into finally starting my YouTube dream was a steep mountain to climb, emotionally and physically. But we made it. From judging events, making big decisions, embarking on new adventures, finding new friendships, starting a new series, getting sponsored, overcoming setbacks. This year has seen it all. I am immensely grateful to have been able to document that.
কি খবর 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 কি খবর
And showcase my life in front of all of you here on YouTube.
কি খবর? This is me in real time right now. Welcome back to the channel. This is 26th December 2023. We are filming the last video of the year. It would only be appropriate to end off the year on a high. That's why we're here on the terrace, the highest we could be on a building. And I have a special video planned for today. Well, not special, but significant, because we'll end this exactly where we started our first video. We'll finish off the year strong with a very strong push workout that I've planned up ahead. So if you want to follow along with the workout, I'll be explaining you why I do these workouts and how you can structure your own workout. This is the workout that I have planned here, and you can take a screenshot of that and try it on in your next workout. Possibly trying on this workout will yield you much significant results and gains in 2024. Last workout of the year. We're going to finish off with a high before we see you back in 2024 with big dreams, bigger goals and relentless hustle. Okay, so now what you guys tuned into the video for, I'll make you give you a better idea of how you can structure your programs, of how you can structure your workouts and select your exercises better. Like as you can see again on the screen displayed here, we have only chosen 6 exercises that we're going to do for our push day. Today is going to be a chest emphasized push day, because on my last push day I already did shoulder focused movements. So you need to understand and realize what certain movements are training. So if you look at push, it's made up of 3 muscle groups, namely your chest, shoulders and triceps. It's practically impossible to just isolate your chest alone. There will be some shoulder involvement there, especially if we are talking about incline angles. That's why you can see from like my exercise selection today, I've began to start off the workout with an incline barbell press. Not only will this target my upper chest, which will, for a lot of people is a lagging part, but it will also hit a lot of my front delts as well. After that, I'm moving on to a flat dumbbell bench to completely fry up my pectoral muscles, and with that, like some of my shoulder muscles and triceps are going to be engaged as well. Next we come to weighted dips. I've recently started treating weighted dips as a compound, and I highly recommend you guys to incorporate weighted dips and weighted pull-ups into your regime as well if you haven't already. Brilliant exercise, brilliant compound movement. Post that, we are progressing on to an isolation movement, that is lateral raises, because for a lot of these movements, the lateral raise is number 1 builder for your side delts. Your front delts and rear delts will get covered through a lot of your motions, but to grow the width in your shoulders and that V taper that we're looking for, a lateral raise is going to be very important. But then we are going to finish off with a superset for the chest, a machine chest press, depending on whatever machine you have available on that particular day, and follow it up with one tricep movement, one singular tricep movement. I see a lot of people spending a whole lot of time just doing arms, but when you're doing these bigger compound motions, your smaller muscles like your biceps and triceps get targeted in the meanwhile as well. So we're going to finish with an arm extension movement, that is the tricep extensions, which is going to target the long head of our triceps, and that will be it to wrap up our push workout. So probably 2 or 3 heavy pressing movements, and follow it up with an isolation movement of your choice. 5 to 6 exercises at max, probably a max of 20 working sets if you calculate overall, should be good enough to yield you amazing results. So now you know if you want to structure your push workouts, how you want to go about it. If you don't want to follow a push routine, and if you're following like singular routines as just like chest and triceps and shoulders and biceps, all of that. Keep the training volume low, but focus on the intensity. Try this out for 2024. Let me know down in the comments below what you think, and you can see I'll run you through more cues as I'm doing the workouts at the gym there. It's Christmas season right now, and you can see Calcutta beautifully decked up with Christmas trees and Santa all over. When we used to be young, we used to wish for gifts from Santa. But right now, as you grow up, when the power is in your hands, it's up to you what you want to do with your actions to turn your dreams into a reality. We've been trying that from all sorts of ways in 2023 with little achievements here and there. And with you guys by my side, I want to showcase you a lot more of it in the year to come, that is 2024. We have big dreams up ahead and big plans lined up. It will all unfold right in front of your eyes, because there's nothing more that I like rather than documenting my life over here. So I look up to a lot of people, say like Christian Guzman and David Lair, and like looking back at their journeys and how it has been documented all for the world to see on YouTube. That is something which I've always found very fascinating, and I want to share the same with you guys. It feels surreal that exactly right here a few months back, I started off with rolling the camera for the first time, and it's been more than 6 months now doing this. Could still remember how nervous I was before planning to come in front of camera, and how I was skeptical if this would work out or not. But whatever it is, it's going, and just happy with how the outcome is turning out. We're going to, like I discussed in the car earlier, we're going to go through a push workout. I'll start off the workout with incline bench presses, and before that we're going to go through the mandatory warm-ups. Very important to never skip your warm-ups and mobility drills. This is something I do on my push days, where I'll lie down vertically on the foam roller and go through a few fly motions, a few pressing motions, and a few circular motions with the arms, just to get the entire chest and shoulder region completely fired up. Another very important drill to do on your push days is the open book. Lying down on your side like this, open up your entire chest and thoracic region, that is your mid-back region. Now one for the shoulders as well. The T-spine rotations, very mandatory thing to do. Banded rows to fire up the lats. Engaged lat muscles will help you in pushing big loads tremendously. Some good old school push-ups, always the best warm-up to do before you go on to any pressing motions. Helps you feel your chest so much more, and believe me, it's a word that is often overutilized and you've seen it so much, but that mind to muscle connection can really make a difference. Not include in the exercise chart that I shared with you was the warm-up set. So whatever you see written, 4 sets of 6, that's the top set. We're not counting the warm-up sets leading up to the movement. Can you see it? One important cue that you should always follow during your bench presses is, after you have held on to the bar, you'll imagine you want to bend the bar in half and make your chest, that is the muscle you're working, the highest point in your body. Rather than just doing the movement like this, you want to do this. It's never too late to... These are just warm-up sets. I'll slowly focus on lowering the bar at a good tempo and driving through the movement using my upper chest, shoulder and tricep muscles to finish the movement. When you're selecting the weight that you are working with, goal should always be to select a weight that last rep or the last couple of reps should be a bit of a struggle. Worked up to our top set for the day. This is going to be the weight. We're going to try 4 sets of 6 reps with this.
Work it, baby.
Done with the inclines now. Next we're going to move on to flat dumbbell bench.
You were a belly man. Fuck up.
So if you want to lift heavy weights and especially heavy dumbbells, something you must be aware of is how to get the dumbbell off your knees into your pressing position, and similarly how to land the dumbbells back after you finish the rep. Because a lot of people, they have the ability to press higher weights but they don't know how to. So just watch closely when I do it in the next set, how I'll keep the dumbbells on the edge of my knee, use the momentum from here, flick it back into position, then get the dumbbells up, retract my shoulder blades, maintain a nice arch, and then go through with the press. And similarly, as I finish, you have two options. Either one, you can let go of the weights, but what I've realized is with higher weights that can sometimes be dangerous to do. Let's say when you're pressing the 40s and 45s, your shoulder can externally rotate and create an injury. Better option will be you finish the rep, get your knees up and get it back here, just like Daddy Sebum always does. Post dumbbell presses, I initially planned on doing weighted dips, but we don't have access to the weighted belt today, so won't be able to perform that. But you must always have options in your mind as substitute movements. Let's say when you're working out in a crowded gym, you might not get access to one particular machine. You must always think of backup. So we'll go through regular bodyweight dips, but how we'll make it more challenging is at the end of each rep, we'll pause for 2 to 3 second count at the bottom and then come up. So we'll make the set essentially last for longer duration of time and to recruit more muscle fibers. This is a spot of the gym which I've always really liked a lot. This is my fifth Christmas that I'm spending here. I started all the way back in 2019 over here. There have been hundreds of people who have come and gone, but that's the cold truth of life. Like whatever comes, whatever goes. The same people aren't here anymore, but what has always stayed is the iron. So fall in love and respect the iron. It will never treat you badly. So next we had initially thought of doing a machine chest press and supersetting that with a chest fly, but since we don't have access to a machine chest press, we can make a chest press setup out of this cable setup here. So you'll see a lot of people simply use the cable setup just to do flies alone, but if you change the movement pattern a slight bit, you can create a just as well effective pressing motion here in the cable itself. So what you will do is you select a relatively heavier weight than what you usually do your fly with. You'll exhaust your muscle with the pressing movements simply because you'll be much stronger when doing a press as compared to a fly. After you have exhausted out the chest muscles with the pressing movement, you'll simply drop the weights and immediately carry over into a fly. Try this superset and believe me, the pump that you're going to experience is going to be out of this world. To step out and do a press, you can either do the press in front of your body, or I'm going to want to target a little bit of my decline chest, the lower portion of my chest here, so I'm going to press little downward. So I'll be bending my elbow and locking it out like I would do during a regular pressing motion, what you just saw with the incline and with the dumbbell. I'll immediately drop one plate and carry on with the movement doing a cable crossover. Here I'll be opening up my arms a slight bit. The cue that you should follow here is imagine you're hugging somebody. So till failure on both of these 3 sets, it's going to give you most insane chest pump over. There's 2 ways in which you can approach lateral raises. One would be like doing it with a very strict tempo and actually just feeling the rep using no momentum at all, using very light weights. That can be one approach which can be done on certain days. Another thing which you can do is with a little swing, get it up and you cause damage to the muscle fiber with the negative part of the movement, lowering the heavy weight. Both have their time and place. It's up to you how you want to implement each of the following and incorporate them into your workout. I did very light weighted lateral raises with tempo the previous day. Today I'm going to cheat a little. I'm going to use a little swing and start off with a little heavy raise. That's why you can see I have the straps here as well, so I can solely focus on getting the weight up and away from my. Like your delt and lateral raise progress has stagnated, you can use this from time to time in order to break your plateau, and this is really something which has helped me in seeing massive changes, because like if you're doing it with strict form, something like this, you can only carry up to a certain load, but using a little swing and controlling the way down you can really go heavy.
Can you see it? The worst is over. The monsters in my head are scared out loud.
We are done with all the movements, namely our chest and shoulders. We have covered all that needed to be covered, and with our pressing movements we also covered the elbow flexion portion of our triceps. Our triceps have two functions, that is elbow flexion and elbow extension. We have not covered any extension movement, because for that to occur our hands would need to be placed over our head or in this position, which we have not in today's motion. So just to finish that off, the cherry on the cake will be standing dumbbell overhead extensions. 4 sets of that with a moderate to heavy weight, and that will be it to wrap up the last workout on camera for 2023.
So don't let them steal your life. Don't let them break your stride. There's light on the other side. You'll see all the rain clouds falling. It's a revolution. Make it right. It's a revolution.
And just like we smashed that tire, we smashed all our goals that we had set in mind for 2023. We come to an end for the year. We come to the end of all the videos for this year. Thank you for your love and support, and I always remember this is where the journey began, and I promise to you guys 2024 we're really going to make it big. If you did make it to the end of the video, do leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on bell notifications. Let me know in the comments what you want to see for the year 2024. And until then, this is me, Rangeet, signing off. Wish you love, light, good health, lots of prosperity, and Happy New Year in advance. I'll see you in 2024.